Hello again, everybody. Zack Attack is here with my review of the 55th Annual Grammy Awards, held, of course, tonight, February the 10th, 2013. Now, my thoughts on tonight's Grammys, being the 55th and all, different vibes than last year. It's been more feel-good vibes this year because, of course, the day before the Grammys last year, when Houston died and set a black cloud over the award show, kind of a somber feeling last year, but without any much drama and tragedy. It was a decent, fun, vibing show with some decent performances. There was only one performance I particularly didn't like, but most performances I did like. And the only thing I had to nitpick about some performances, as you will see when I review the performances, is song choices. So that's all I gotta say. And of course, the final performance was kind of mixed for me, kind of weird to end it. So before we get to those performances, let's kick off with the awards themselves. That's what it's all about. Why the Grammys getting, of course, the big golden record. Now, of course, the big winner of the night, the big winners of the night, most wins went to the Black Keys, but did not win the biggest award of the night. Black Keys winning 3 awards, well, I should say 4, because of Dan Auerbach winning Producer of the Year, but Black Keys dominated the rock categories like the Foo Fighters did a year ago, winning Best Rock Song and Best Rock Performance for Lonely Boy, and Best Rock Album for El Camino, beating in all the rock categories Bruce Springsteen. So like I said, big winners tonight, Black Keys, but even though they won the most awards, they did not win the Big Album of the Year award. In my mind, the biggest upset of the night, Mumford & Sons winning the Album of the Year for Babel. They won 2 awards overall, winning Best Long-Form Music Video for the documentary of their Gentlemen of the World Tour, their Whale World Tour, with many other bands. But of course, the second win being Album of the Year. Very big upset, because I think after Black Keys dominating the awards with winning most of the rock songs, rock awards, I was like, I think Black Keys is going to have this in the bag. But Mumford & Sons, I like them. I like their sound, and I'm kind of happy they won. And I'll talk about their performance in a little bit. But other winners of the Grammys tonight, besides Black Keys and Mumford & Sons, winning 3 awards tonight. We had Skrillex winning 3 again, not just winning the same numbers he did last year, but winning the same awards he did last year, winning Best Remix Recording, this time for Promises, following last year's win for Cinema, his remix of that. Also winning Best Dance Recording and Best Dance Album for Bangarang. He did that last year for Killer Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites. And dominating the hip-hop categories like Black Keys dominated the rock, only losing 1, Jay-Z and Kanye, winning 3 awards in the hip-hop rap categories, including Best Rap Song and Best Rap Performance for Edward in Paris. And also winning Best Rap Song collabo with Frank Ocean and The Dream for the song, I always forget the name, West, No Church in the Wild. So that was the 3rd win for them. That was, of course, presented during the main show. The first 2 were presented on the pre-telecast. Another big winner tonight with 3, Gaultier, winning 1 for his album, Making Mirrors, and 2 for his one hit, Somebody That Used to Know, winning Best Pop Performance by a Duo Group, and despite being known for that one song only, winning Record of the Year. Now he's got more pressure to top himself, because if he doesn't get a second song out there quick, he'll only be known for that one song, especially winning Record of the Year and presented by Prince. I'm a big fan of him, so Prince, I meant. And that song was everywhere last year. Gaultier was a huge hit last year. He kind of deserves Record of the Year. It was the biggest Record of the Year. You couldn't go anywhere without hearing it. You know, no matter how annoyed you are of it. So, winning 2 awards tonight. Blown Away, the song, Carry On the Wood, winning Best Country Performance for Blown Away, shutting out Eric Church. But Blown Away, the song, won Best Country Song. So the song won 2 awards, winning Best Country Performance and Best Country Song. Fun had a chance to sweep all 4, record, song, Best New Artist and Album, first time since Christopher Cross did it, but of course, we all know that didn't happen. But they did win 2 awards, winning Best Song of the Year for We Are Young and winning Best New Artist. And I can mention Mumford & Sons winning 2, including Album of the Year. And Frank Ocean won 2. He won for collaborating with Jay-Z and Kanye for No West and No Church in the Wild, and winning his own Grammy for Best Urban Contemporary Album for Channel Orange. And people who won only 1 award tonight, big list of people who only won 1 award. Rihanna winning short form music video for We Found Love, first award presented during the pre-telecast. That was broadcasted on Grammy.com. Bud Wilson and the Beach Boys winning Best Historical Album for the box set of Smile Sessions. Jimmy Fallon winning Best Comedy Album for Blow Your Pants Off. Continuing Kathy Griffin's streak as the Susan Lucci of the Best Comedy Album, since she hasn't won yet in 5 nominations. T Swizzle, yes, she lost Record of the Year to Gautier for Never Ever, but she ended up winning the Best Song for a Movie. The only reason why she won because Adele didn't make the deadline, because Adele's Skyfall came out after September 30th. Adele will probably win that award next year for Skyfall. Speaking of Adele, she also won tonight, but before I get to that, Taylor Swift winning Best Song for a Movie or Visual Media for a song Safe and Sound with the Civil Wars. Like I mentioned, Adele will probably win that award next year, but she did win this year for Best Pop Solo Performance, adding another Grammy to her list following last year's sweep. And like I said, speaking of sweeps, Jay-Z and Kanye swept the hip-hop rap categories, but won Best Rap Album going to Drake, winning for Best Rap Album, Take Care after losing to Jay and Kanye for the other rap categories he was up for, including Best Rap Song. Usher winning 1 as well for Climax, getting Best R&B Performance. Best Contemporary R&B Performance went to Beyonce. So the Carters are walking home big tonight with a lot of Grammys. Jay winning 3 and Beyonce getting 1 for Love on Top. Best Contemporary R&B Performance. Miguel, who performed a little bit of this song tonight, won Best R&B Song for Dawn. LBT, Little Big Town, won Best Country Performance by a duo group for Pontoon. Big year for them. They won the CMA Award for Pontoon, and now they win the Grammy tonight. Also winning 1, Paul McCartney, getting Best Pop, Traditional Pop Vocal Album for Kisses on the Bottom, following last year's honor as Music Care Person of the Year. Mentioned Blown Away, the song won 2. Carrie Underwood won 1 for the performance of the song. And Kelly Clarkson, in my mind, was upset until Mumford & Sons upset at Black Keys. I think Kelly Clarkson beating Fun for Best Pop Vocal Album was kind of an upset. And I liked her speech. It was very candid and humble. It was kind of a funny speech. So it was kind of a good way to accept it, especially since Kelly covered Fun doing her tour last summer when I saw her on that tour. And she did a pretty good version of it. And ZBB, Zach Brown Band, winning Best Country Album, even though it was more critical than commercial success on Caged, beating Moira Lambert. Now, since the awards are taken care of, on with my thoughts on the performances. Now, there's only 1 performance I considered bad. I think all the rest of the performances were good, but 1 was bad, and the other one that I thought I had mixed responses for. Jack White was, in my opinion, the only bad performance of the night. He was the oddball nominee of the Album of the Year. I think he didn't deserve the nomination, and this performance proved that he should have not been nominated. Anyway, it was like badly mixed, you know. There was no musicality to it. It was a dark song. It was droning. It was just too grungy, too dark. It just didn't fit with the rest of the show in my mind. This is my opinion. So anyway, that's my thoughts on that Jack White performance. In the finale, I had mixed responses towards the finale. Last year's finale performance of Paul McCartney, Dave Grohl, Joe Walsh, and Bruce Springsteen doing the end. That was a great finale last year. This year's finale with LL Cool J doing that performance with Chuck D. It was mixed. I'm a big Chuck D fan. I'm a big Public Enemy fan. Probably in my mind, one of my favorite rap groups of all time, going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. But the performance is just not the best way to end the Grammys. It didn't, like I said, Grammys were all good vibes, and it just ended the Grammys on a mixed note. especially came after Mumford and Sons winning. But just a weird way of ending the Grammys. It just wasn't the best way to end it. It was just okay with Z-Trip, DJing, and Travis Barker, Tom Morello. It was just a weird finale. Did like the tribute to Adam MCA there, inserting a little of No Sleep to Brooklyn, but this song went on and on. Dude, even rolling the credits with it still playing. But anyway, it's just not the best way to end it. But other performances I thought were good. And the only things about certain performances I'll nitpick about, like I mentioned, is the song choices. We're kicking off. First performance of the night was Miss T Swizzle, Taylor Swift, performing for the 10,000th time at an award show. Sorry, my voice is giving out, so bear with me here. Been DJing, partied a lot Saturday night, but Taylor kicked it off with "We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together" for the 100th time in the award show, like I mentioned. She's performed it everywhere. She's performed the MTV Video Music Awards, EMAs, and she went with the circus theme for the EMAs. She went with like an Alice in Wonderland theme for this performance of it, dressing up like the Mad Hatter. And I know people's gonna, every time Taylor Swift's on an award show, there's always the same criticism. Taylor can't sing live! Especially after that one Grammy performance with Stevie Nicks that everyone criticized her about, and they wouldn't let her down, wouldn't let that down after that. So, but Taylor's sung okay tonight. I've seen her live, and she's saying, I don't care what anyone says. She's not the best singer in the world, but she does sing okay well, and saw her live. She sounded pretty good there. And the background singers very carried the performance, but Taylor, whenever she sang solo, she sang pretty good. But not, like I said, not the best, but still Taylor Swift, most popular artist around today, pop or country, even though I don't consider her a country artist anymore. So, there you go. Now, we had a lot of collaborations tonight with current Grammy nominees, with former Grammy nominees. I think there's like 3 or 4 collabos tonight. 3. Ed Sheeran, who's already up for Taylor, actually went after her, performing the A-Team with Elton John. Now, the first 2 collabos had one problem with them. One of the duet partners in each of the first 2 did not blend with the other. The first duet performance, Elton John's voice did not blend well with Ed Sheeran, but it was a decent attempt at it. Because Elton John was trying to hit the notes, and I don't think he's ever hit those notes. They're not in his vocal range, since he's lost his vocal range in the last couple years due to surgeries. Although Adele hasn't lost anything of her vocal cords, even though she's had surgery. It was proved last year at the Grammys last year. Anyway, any other performance, the other collaboration, I thought the voices didn't blend as much. Well, for the first half anyway. Dux Bentley and Miranda Lambert doing a medley of Home and Over You. Dux, when he came out to sing his part of Miranda's song, you can tell he wasn't comfortable because he was screaming out those notes, trying to hit those high notes. He couldn't hit them as good as he should have, but when it came to doing the portion of his song Home, he was more comfortable with notes he could hit. And Miranda sounded better blending with Dux on his song than Dux blending with her on her song. But the best collabo that blended all around, blended perfectly throughout the entire performance, didn't have just half like Dux and Miranda, Maroon 5 and Alicia Keys. Not the biggest fan of Daylight, but it was a decent performance, mixing that with Alicia Keys' Go on Fire, and it was the voices of Adam and Alicia blended pretty well. It was a decent performance of the best collabos of the night. Definitely, because the voices blended. It was a great arrangement of the songs, great mix of it, and like I said, the voices blended beautifully. Unlike the other 2, either one or the other didn't blend as well. So that was my thoughts on the collabos. Now the rest of the performances, starting with Fun, who I like the performance, I like the rain effect near the end, but I'm not, like I said, the only thing I'm going to nitpick is the song choices. I'm a disc jockey who likes to play songs. I'm not the biggest fan of mid-tempos. You're probably going to see me. There's a lot of songs that are mid-tempos. I like poppy, dancing numbers. I only like mid-tempo or slow songs. I only like a few of them, like Adele's Someone Like You. But Carry On was the song that Fun did. Like I said, I like the effect in the air with the rain, pulling like Taylor Swift did at the ACMs in 2008 when the rain effect fell on her when she did Should Have Said No. But it was an okay performance, like not the biggest fan of the song, but decent performance nonetheless by Fun. Should have been more fun. But anyway, Uh, Miguel, I mentioned, won Best R&B Song for Adorn. He sang a little bit of it, representing an award with Wiz Khalifa during his own little remix. Uh, and I liked it. It was okay, a short performance, but Miguel sang pretty well. You saw like people announcing awards, but singing before. I mentioned those when I get to those performances. So, like I said, Miguel was the first musical presentation performance, as they would like to call it, singing with Wiz. Mumford and Sons, of course, winning the big one, album of the year, and an upset, biggest upset in my mind tonight. It was probably as big as an upset as Arcade Fire winning. But anyway, I like Mumford and Sons. I like the sound, proven tonight in the performance of I Will Wait. I liked them since Little Lion Man, and that sounds cool. I should have played them last night, but now that they're winning album of the year, I'm probably going to play them a lot more at my gigs. That folky sound's getting in the mainstream. Tell that to the Lumineers, who did another musical presentation performance, representing another performance. They did pretty well. Whole Head, a big hit. But I like Mumford and Sons' performance. I liked them since that, not just Little Lion Man, but their performance in the Grammys with Bob Dylan about 2 or 3 years back. So they did a fun performance of I Will Wait. I don't think there's like one performance that stuck out at me as like my favorite performance of the night. There was like not one like amazing, spectacular performance, but if I were to pick a great performance, probably Carrie Underwood. Carrie Underwood always delivers when it comes to dressing up at the Grammys or any other awards show, which he did tonight, but also delivers when it comes to delivering great performances every time, doing a little medley of Blown Away and two black Cadillacs, should I say. And I'm not the biggest fan of Two Black Cadillacs, but I like the performance nonetheless. I like the arrangement of Blown Away, kind of a bare, a cute, like unplugged rendition of it, kind of a barren edition of it with just little piano and guitar with vocal. So I like that arrangement of it. Another performance that I will be talking about for right or wrong reasons. JT, Justin Timberlake, saw a lot of commercials for him tonight, doing a Bud Light commercial and a Target commercial promoting an exclusive version of the 2020 experience. And I like the theme of the performance, like a jazzy, loungy type performance with a little orchestra setup, shot in black and white. And I said this when I reviewed Suit and Tie, which he did 2 songs, Suit and Tie and Push Your Love. I said this when I reviewed Suit and Tie about a month ago on my attack line, that I didn't like it. I thought Justin was going to come out with a badass dancing song, and he did it with Suit and Tie. It was just okay. It sounded better live than the studio version. Jay-Z came out to do his part. And I said when I heard Suit and Tie, on my review, I said, at the reviewed Suit and Tie, I said, I hope he comes out with a better second single. Well, if Push Your Love, the second song he did, as a second single, I'm mad again. Push Your Love, kind of mid-tempo song, it's okay. It's not dancey enough for me to play my shells. No one's requested Suit and Tie yet. And Grammys always help album sales. You saw that last year after her sweep. Adele's album went back up the charts, selling more after Grammy week than after Christmas week. But I think JT could benefit the single sales, especially since he's planning on touring. That's what he said in an interview on E! Doing the Red Carpet Show. But sometimes okay for me. It sounded better live, but Push and Love, kind of mid-tempo song, it was okay too. But until Justin Timberlake releases a song that you can shake your ass to, I'll stick to playing Sexy Back. Thank you very much. Sorry, Justin. Like I said, I just like dancing songs, so I thought the first single was okay. Second single, if Push and Love is a second single, which he probably hasn't officially announced that yet, but I'm sensing from performing Push and Love tonight that it is going to be the second single. If it is, hope the third single doesn't stink as bad. Hope the third single is a shake your ass dance song. That's just my opinion. So there you go. Next, Black Keys performing the song Lonely Boy. I like the band, the two-piece band, but they added a lot in this performance, having a jazz band, like little horns in there, and Dr. John, of course, Dan Auerbach produced his album, and Dr. John wore like some weird outfit. Well, since Nicki Minaj wasn't there tonight to provide us with anything weird like she did last year with a weird outfit and weird performance, what the hell, let's have Dr. John dress up weird. But that's his shtick, that's his gimmick, like Nicki Minaj's gimmick, and Lady Gaga's as well, who wasn't nominated either because she didn't release anything new. Can't wait to Art Pop though. Anyway, I like Black Keys. Their sound's cool, their little grungy, grungy sound. And of course, they won 4 awards tonight, 3 for themselves, and of course, Dan, winning producer. It was a great, fun performance of Lonely Boy. You know, it was a good performance. I saw him do, I think, Gold on the Ceiling on the MTV Movie Awards. It's kind of weird to see Johnny Depp introduce Mumford and Sons and not introduce Black Keys, because Johnny Depp kind of jammed with Black Keys doing the MTV Movie Awards performance last year of Gold on the Ceiling. So there you go with that. They got Kelly Clarkson doing another musical presentation piece by performing a little tribute to Patti Page and Carole King, who received the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award this year. Especially kind of cool to see Kelly do Natural Woman again, because that was the song that she did on Idol that made me stand up and take notice. I don't know, just because she was wearing a hat, but anyway, that's when I was like, wow, that's your American Idol right there. Felt the same way with Carrie Underwood. Like I mentioned, her performance was good tonight. We had another collab. It was not as good as the other collabos, but still, kind of a Bob Marley tribute. I thought it was going to be all Bob Marley, especially with Bruno Mars kicking it off, because he did Amy Winehouse last year, where he kicked off this somewhat tribute to Bob Marley with his own song, the former #1 single, which will probably get a Grammy night or two next year, because it didn't make the deadline for this year's Grammys, Knocked Out of Heaven. And it's like when the song came out, everyone was like comparing it to the Police songs. Well, it's kind of weird and funny and cool to see Sting come out to do it. Now, Sting's voice and Bruno Mars blended pretty well, but not as good as Maroon and Alicia Keys, like I mentioned. But still, decent, fun, collaborative performance. Segue into Walking on the Moon by the Police, going into Bob Marley's If This Is Love, or whatever. It's like If This Is Love, it's like some love song. I needed to pronounce the white title with Ziggy Marley and Davey Marley coming out and Rihanna coming out for that. And Rihanna did her own performance of Stay. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of mid-tempos. I didn't like Diamonds as much. Her first single off, Unapologetic. And I'm not liking this single either, Stay. But I like the performance though. Kind of weird, kind of cool to see Rihanna in a different light. Kind of, instead of the dancey songs, she did like a slow song, okay song. But I don't think Rihanna's voice is strong enough for a ballad. I think she's more suited for dance songs. That's just my preference. That's what I'm thinking. But she did okay with it. A for effort though, but she's not good at slow songs. But because her voice ain't as strong, like a Kelly Clarkson in a ballad or Carrie Underwood in a ballad at that. But still, decent, okay performance by Rihanna. I like the stripped down approach of it and kind of emotional, but still, I just don't like the song as much. But okay performance nonetheless by Rihanna. And I mentioned Lumineers performed decently, a little bit of a ho hang. And Hunter Hayes did the same thing while introducing Carrie, singing Wanted. Of course, he did not win Best New Artist or any of his other awards. I didn't know he played all his own instruments until a couple of days ago, like a Prince, you know. Like Prince plays everything, so does Hunter. And then I'm going to answer this question out of the way. I know people are going to somewhat bitch about doing the Grammy in memoriam. Why wasn't Whitney Houston on there? They honored Whitney Houston last year, dummies, because she died the day before. So they didn't want to honor her twice, especially have that black crowd hung over the Grammys yet again, especially with all the good vibes. But it played tribute, nonetheless, to Levon Helm of the band who died. And decent tribute, decent rendition of The Way, done by Elton John with Mumford & Sons, Brittany Howard, of Alabama Shakes, along with Mavis Staples. Mavis Staples was out of whack, but still she did an okay performance there. Like the high notes was unnecessary, kind of like braggadocious, as my opinion. But it was a decent rendition of it, of The Way. Also Zach Brown in there for good measure. And then Frank Ocean. Now I don't want to. I'm probably not going to play his songs at my show because they're like no one requests his songs. But I like his performance at the VMAs last year of him doing Thinking About You, and this performance tonight of him doing Forrest Gump. I like the effects of it with him, like the screen below his waist with him running, because it was called Forrest Gump. Speaking of effects, Carrie Underwood, I like her effects too, during her performance, doing Two Black Cadillacs. I like the images streaming on her dress, like kind of like illuminating from a dress. It was kind of a cool effect, as was Frank Ocean's effect with the screen behind him of him like running and the feet showing him running below his waist. So it was kind of a cool effect there as well. So there you go. That's my thoughts on the Grammys as a music connoisseur. Of course, I'm a disc jockey, as you see all my videos on here. I'm a music guy, so it was my night, probably my favorite nights of the year besides the VMAs. But it's a cool Grammys, decent performances, and when it comes to fashion, favorite dress tonight, I like Carrie Underwood's dress. Carrie Underwood, like I said, always delivers when it comes to performances at an award show. It always looks good at an award show. Adele's dress, I didn't like it that much. It looked like shower, like bed curtains, her dress, but she herself looked good. I just didn't like the dress on her. I like Katie's dress, a little green with a little cleavage in there. And I like Rihanna's dress, not as much as last year's dress, but saw a little nipple in there, like the red color on her. I like Taylor's dress, a little white. Despite people, I think everyone on the red carpet was using all their flesh-bearing clothes for the red carpet since CBS had that publicly addressed letter to not show as much flesh on the show itself. So that's my thoughts on the fashion performances in the awards of the Grammys, with Black Keys winning the most. But the big album of the year going to Mumford & Sons, an upset for everybody, including myself. That is it for my Grammy review. Thank you all very much for watching. With that in mind, you've all been attacked by the review from Zach. See you all later, everybody. Yeah.